Hello, hello. Welcome. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Happy Saturday, everyone. I know I can just see a whole lot of people coming in and joining, and I'm hoping you can see and hear me. Okay, so we'll get all that confirmed here in a bit. It's always exciting. I was so looking forward to today. Yeah, and if you want, you can start video on your side so I can see you. That always is such a boost. Zero guilt or pressure. I'm just so happy. Let's see. So this is yoga. My name is Shanna. And if you have a strap, we're going to use it. If not, don't worry. We'll work around it. Feel free to put anything in the chat if you want me, if there's anything you want to make sure we do. And even if I don't think of it, or don't see it, please do it anyway. But if I get to see it here quick enough, then I'll be happy to incorporate that into our practice today. So just give me a thumbs up. You can hear me, you can see me. Hi, Jan. It's a beautiful day here. So if it's beautiful where you're at, thank you so much for being here with me. We have about a minute until we get started. I would just wanted to share with you, I had a dream/nightmare last night that I was teaching on Zoom and get to Shavasana, and I fell asleep. And then I woke up. And this is why it's sort of more of a dream than a nightmare, because it could have been a nightmare. Everybody was still there and I woke up on time. So anyway, I will not fall asleep, but I'm sure this must be in my subconscious or something, that fear. Anyway, so if you didn't already hear me say it, if you have a strap, get it. Let's see, I see oh, wonderful. So is your sister Kathy here? And let's see, would love to do the hip circles while on all fours. Okay, we got that. We'll make sure we do that. Love it. Well, Kathy, if you're here, welcome. I think I see a Kathy name. So welcome, welcome. So glad you're all here. Okay, well, people may still come in, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. So my name is Shanna, this is yoga, and as always, you should do what is best for you, okay? So I have my strap handy, but the first thing I wanna do is just check in. So I'm gonna start out standing. You could be seated, you could be laying down. Be in the position that works best for you. Take your shoulders and go both directions. So I'm going forward and back. I want you to check in with your neck movement and just notice how you're breathing. If you're able to breathe through your nose, take advantage of it. Allow your exhales to be complete. If it feels okay for your arms, maybe reach your arms back behind you. You could totally use a strap. If your hands don't interlace, you could hold on to a strap back here or something equivalent, a towel. Okay, and I'm just moving, and I snap, crackle, pop. I never know how much that sounds, how much anyone hears, but I'm snap, crackly, and poppy. Okay, and then reach your arms. Maybe take your arms forward as you go up. Okay, and then I'm just going to take them back down and take them back behind. Good. So let's just do that a few times. So we're going to reach up in whatever way feels good. And maybe a little back bend here. And then your hands can come down and back behind one more time. I'm going to take hold of the strap here in just a second. Okay. Then, so hopefully it doesn't make too much noise. I'm holding on to the buckle just to try to keep it from making too much noise, but I'm going to take my strap, okay, and you're going to take the distance between your hands and allow it to adjust as your shoulders need this, and we're going to go up and then to whatever degree back behind. You need to go the range of motion that is okay for your body, okay? And when I come back forward, I always bring my hands a little closer, and then as I go up and around, everything goes wider, further apart, okay? So I'm going up, and I mean, there are days where when I started this, that the strap would sort of hit me in the head because of the distance that I needed. I'm not locking my elbows, but you absolutely need to make those little adjustments so that whatever is best for your shoulders, you're really honoring. I'm just gonna do that one more time. And then we're gonna incorporate an aspect of this into a side stretch, okay? So you could do this with or without the strap. I'm gonna bring my hands a little closer. I'm bringing my feet closer together. And I'm already doing that thing, if you're familiar with my classes, I'm doing that thing that helps the shoulder blades wrap onto the back. So my arms are out in front, elbows tipped down and forward, and see if you can get that feeling. Then reach up, and now I'm gonna go over to the side. And I'm just gonna go side to side. So go at your pace, your depth. I'm trying to rein in my back bend tendency. But what I absolutely don't feel is any tension around the shoulders or neck. Okay, so your depth. Good. Maybe once more to each side. Make sure you feel like you're getting an even experience. And then come back to the center as you're ready. Please never rush. Release the strap for a moment. Check in again. Check in with your neck, with your breathing. So we're gonna lift a leg, and I wanna make sure you don't have to worry about balance, okay? So be near something that gives you a sense of stability. I'm just gonna lift one leg, doesn't matter which one you choose, circling in the ankle. Try to make sure you're not locking your standing leg. And I'm gonna circle both directions. Notice if your exhales are abbreviated. Can you exhale a little more? Can you allow a little more of an inhale? So I'm just going both directions. And then we will do this on all fours. I will not forget, I'm saying that aloud now, but we're going to just take the leg across the midline and out to the side. So it's a very, I'm just like, balance is, going to be a challenge, I can already tell. So it's very similar, right, to the feeling that we get when we get to do circles on all fours, but obviously, maybe not as much for you, but for me, for sure, less stable. Oh my goodness. Okay, between sides, I want to come into a forward fold just to really feel the effect of that small action, okay? So legs, the appropriate distance for you, they can be unlocked. I like to go with my hands back behind me. Breathe in, heart open. Exhale. Fold forward, okay, to your depth. Be here for a few breaths. See what you notice. I'm going to take my hands down now. I totally shift, forward and back. Maybe you'll go side to side. Legs can be bent or straight. There's just a plethora of options here. Another breath or two, feeling the asymmetry in the body. Now, before you come up, I want you to decide, are you coming up more with a hinge at your hips, or are you coming up in a roll up? Just be intentional about it. Both are great. I'm coming up with a hinge. So you always want to monitor your blood pressure. Lengthen. The hip that I circled, did the action with is much happier, right, than this side. So we're going to get it even. Okay, so as you're ready, let's see what, yeah. I can tell I'm making up excuses in my mind because I'm on carpet and yada, yada, yada. It's still, balance is different every day. Okay, so I'm circling in the ankle. And for whatever reason, I can come into this practice with zero judgment. And so some days I'm, falling all over the place, and I just think it's funny. I wish I had that kind of ease and sense of humor about everything that I messed up on, but I'll take it where I can get it. Okay, so you're just going both directions, paying attention to your exhales, the quality of your inhale. And then I'm going to start taking my leg across and then out to the side. And just really pay attention. How do you feel in your hip? And notice I'm not, like I'm going more like an arc, up and around. And you want to just go the pace, the range of motion that you feel is beneficial to your joint, okay, to your hip, and that no other part of your body is suffering because of what you're doing. It's just never worth it. Maybe come back to the center one last little bit here. And then coming back into the forward fold, maybe giving yourself, I'm just giving myself a little bit of space, because we could walk forward from our forward fold into a little bit of down dog exploration, okay? So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Be here with that exploration we did just a moment ago, or walk out and explore down dog. Both are great. We're going to be coming back to forward fold. Excuse me. Make sure whatever position you're in, that your neck is at ease, your shoulders feel good. So I'm going to walk my hands back. Pause here for just a moment. And then again, be intentional about your return to standing. So whatever it is for you, it's not hurried, it's deliberate, and you feel aware and you feel good. So the next thing we're going to do is to help stabilize the shoulders and give a sense of ease to the neck. You may or may not have, the right tool. I'm just going to tell you that the strap I have at home here is 10 feet long. Okay, so if you have a typical yoga strap of 5 or 6 feet, it might not get you, what you need. Mine has D-rings and it's a 10-foot strap. So I really love it. But if you do not have a strap at all, you can do everything that we're doing, right? Pretend you're going to have the strap, and what you're going to do is kind of give your body the sense of pull. We're going to be reaching the arms down, forward, and away. And all that the strap does, and it is delightful when you do have it, is it gives you that anchoring. Okay, so here's where I get all my type A personality will really come through. Okay, so I want it to be as even as I can, right? Then I'm going to take it back behind me, across the shoulder blades. Okay, again, make sure it's even in front of you, because if you have anything like, where you're like me at all, it will bug you if one strap is short and the other is long. Okay, I'm going to take it over my shoulders, cross it behind your neck, not in front. Okay, and then I have to let go to be able to catch each strap underneath my armpits. Okay, so I have it here, and this is what it looks like. All right, and so for many of you, if you like this feeling and you can't remember how to do it, hopefully this video makes it on YouTube. My last one, there was some technical difficulties. So if you've got the strap and it feels good, the first thing you can do is kind of alternate pulling on each side. If you have any neck shoulder tension, this should feel delightful. There's nothing about what we're doing right now that should feel like work, okay? Other than just getting the strap on, all right? Once you've got this, it should just feel like, yay. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. In case you're thinking, can I wear this all day long? Please don't, please don't. Please don't tie this around you and buckle yourself in, and no, that will not help, okay? But you can do this a few times a day for a few minutes. Like that would be great. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just explore. So you're going to pull the straps, or you're going to pretend you have this on you, and you're going to draw the straps forward. And then I just want you to breathe into this and do whatever kind of exploration with your head neck movement that gives you information that feels beneficial. The key, I think, the constant gift of a yoga practice is how it illuminates our own self-awareness. That is just everything about yoga, is to enhance that, okay? So I want you to just feel and breathe. And if you love where we're at, stay. I'm going to take now my hands, rather than forward, I'm going to take them down. Because everybody stores tension differently, this might be more your thing. Okay, so you can go return to where the arms are forward. You can keep the arms down, or you can send your arms more back behind you. There is no one right way. Okay, so I want you to find that place, if it exists for you, okay, that is just extra good, okay? Extra, where it's just like, hallelujah, you know? You've got some relief, okay? If you don't tend to store tension in your neck and shoulders, then this might just feel neutral. And that's, you know what a blessing, okay? Then what I want you to do before because we're going to lose the strap. If you're starting to feel numb in your arms, you need to lose the strap, okay? We've done too much for too long. But if you're still okay, the last thing I want you to do is just pull on it enough to feel aware of it. Breathe in. And then on your exhale, what I want you to do is like squeeze your muscles to feel like you're trying to pull your body in toward the midline, away from the strap support. Because the whole idea of the prop is not to rely on it, but to reference it. So take one more breath here and see if you can find those muscles in your back and your sides and your center that are actually going to do for you what this strap is now doing. So now I'm going to lose the strap. Putting it to the side. Now I want you, if you have the strap, you're going to pretend you still have it. Okay, so we're now all going to do the work that people who have not had the strap, right, have been doing. So I want you to pretend you're wearing the strap. Breathe in, and then pull on that idea and see what you can feel. Can you feel the muscles of your back around your sides and even into the front? The more you can tap into, I'm just doing this like wrapping, right, thing, the more you're going to strengthen all those muscles and release tension from those above, okay? Now we're gonna take, right, that awareness into our forward fold, down dog. We will ultimately go on to all fours, okay? So be here for a moment. Stand in your mountain pose, grow as tall as you can, and see if you can feel the awareness of the strap. But now we're pulling it down. You can look left and right. Breathe in. Hands can be wherever you would like them to be as we exhale to Uttanasana, forward fold. Otherwise, really more translated into intense stretch pose. Another breath here. On your exhale, in your way, come into, whether it's all fours, child's pose, or down dog. Pause wherever you are, wherever it's giving you a feeling of it's just good, it feels elongated. Can you, whatever pose you're in, can you find the sense of awareness of that strap, the idea of it? Can you engage your back muscles, your sides, your center in a supportive way? Then let's all meet on all fours. Put any support that you need underneath your knees or your hands. We're just going to go right into those circles. So before I do that, though, I bring my knees a little closer together, and I'm just going to pick up one leg and circle in the hip joint. So now there really is still an element of balance, but not with the threat of falling over. okay? And change the direction. Pay attention to how are you receiving breath? How are you letting go of breath? Maybe take the leg back and forward. Just like before, in between sides, I want you to take a different position. Like I don't want to go right into side two. Okay, so it could be child's pose, down dog, forward fold, whatever you would like. When you're in it though, can you feel a sense of length? One leg will feel longer than the other. One hip more open. Can you find the idea of the strap? Another breath. I'm only turning the other way so I don't run into the wall. Okay, so I'm going to do my other leg here. So on all fours, pick up your other leg and circle in the hip. Notice over and over and over again, how are you doing as far as the breathing? It's so critical, and yet it's so easy to shorten the breath. Make sure you go both directions, and any other movement that just feels like it will be a good idea. And again, come into a position that feels, it's nice and informative. Like, why are you drawn to the position that you choose over and over again? What about it assists you and makes you feel hopefully positive? And then I want you to come back to your all fours, and if possible, kneeling position. Okay, I'm turning back around because I like the light from my window better than the closet. It is my view, okay? All right, so put any cushion underneath your knees. If no matter what we do, kneeling is not a good idea, then what you'll do is you'll explore it a little bit more from standing, and we're going into this angle. It's not a back bend at first, okay? It's a hinge at the knees, okay? So we're gonna work on strength, and then once we feel the strength and stability, we'll add mobility, okay? So I'm on my knees, and I wanna feel how it can easily be energy that sort of goes down and out, but how I can draw it in and up, okay? So you'll feel that on your knee, lower leg area, or if you're standing, you'll feel this on your feet, all right? So just see if you can feel how, if you let go of all effort, it just kind of, where are you on your knees? Usually when we let everything go, it's in the outer edge. Okay, now I'm gonna engage my inner thighs, my pelvic floor, low abs, and now I'm centered. My weight is centered across my knees and shins. Feet can be tucked under or untucked. But what I want to do is not go into a back bend. I want to hinge at my knees. And then you're going to come forward again. And I don't care, please don't go beyond the depth that is appropriate. You can do this standing. You might elevate your heels to make it easier if you're standing. Okay, so I'm just going back and forward. I don't want to feel any negative experience in my knees or low back. I want to feel heat in the quads, yeah? Glutes, abdominals, like in a good, everything's working together kind of way. We're going to do that a couple more times. I'm really trying not to back bend, so hopefully I'm accomplishing that. All right. Now, and like I said, you could do this standing. You don't need to do this kneeling. Kneeling is camel pose. If you're doing it standing, it's a standing back bend. I want to have that strength in my quads, glutes, abdominals. I have my hands back behind me. Don't thrust your hips forward. Okay, I'm just staying anchored. Breathe. I want to look down and lift the heart. Do you still feel the heat in the quads, the glutes, the abdominals? Come back up to neutral. Breathe. Think lifting the heart up, and you're taking your spine over something. Come back to the center. Twice more. No pressure in the neck. On the next one, I want to hold. Okay, so holding your back bend, whatever degree, it all counts. Pause. Now ask yourself, if you were still wearing that strap, are those muscles engaged? Can you engage those muscles to support the back bend and maybe add depth without any compromise to any joint? One more breath. Come back up to the center. Carefully forward fold, down dog, right? Something that gives you a child's pose, a sense of contrast. Another breath. Then in your way, and I don't want to be here too long because I don't want to, if you are having any sort of skipping or working around things for knee stuff, I don't want to do too much. Okay, we're going to either do a low lunge or a lunge. Low lunge just means the knee is down. Okay, so I don't care which leg you choose, but pick one leg and bring it forward. Make sure the distance between your front foot and back knee or leg feels like you're anchored, you're not sinking into this pose. I want you to go back, so whether your back knee is up or down, I want you to feel some of that strength, right, in both quads, glutes, abdominals. Breathe. Pretend you're wearing that strap. It's gonna come up over and over and over, okay? And can you engage your sides? You could be upright, hinged, or toward a back bend, but I want you to find that experience. Your back, your sides, your center. There's not one right position for your torso or your arms. And then come more to a neutral spine. Back knee could be down or up. I want you to go more towards straightening that front leg. So it's sort of, you think of this as maybe a half forward fold, one leg's forward. Can you tell if your body's shifting? Okay, can you center your weight? We're gonna carefully release this. Again, pause, child's pose, down dog, forward fold, wherever it feels good to you. Check in. We will do second side. Be really mindful of your entry and your exit. So please don't be in a hurry to come into a pose or exit a pose. That's typically where people will get hurt. So take your time. Set things up. I have blocks here. You might be using them. You might be using 2 chairs or nothing at all. Okay. Lengthen. So I want to feel first that I'm grounded and anchored, whether my back knee is down or up. I want to feel that sense of similarity with when we were doing that camel pose exploration, the kneeling, right? Thigh work, back bend. So I don't want to just flop in or out of any pose. I want to feel the anchoring. Strong legs, glutes, abs, the strap at my back and sides. Breathe and breathe. We're getting to know ourselves. That's all we're doing. Okay? What it looks like on the outside is just an exploration, and really an expression of what we're exploring inside. Another breath. And then you're going to exit carefully, mindfully for your body. No, we're not exiting. We're not exiting. We're going, I read your mind. We're going into a half forward fold. Okay. So front leg is going to lose some of the bend, if not all of it. Breathe and breathe. Notice if your hips shift to one side, it's just really common. Where are the shoulders right now? We're still wearing the strap. The strap lives with us, just so you know. Okay. As far as what it teaches us, we want to engage the back side center. Last effort here. And then any additional movements that you would like, or exploration, or pause. Before we leave this position, I'm going to circle one more time in each side. Check in. Both sides. I have to kind of move away from the wall so don't bump into it. Okay, in your way, we're going to come back to standing. So pay attention. Blood pressure. How does your body feel? And I was thinking about using the strap, but I'm going to do one more thing before we do. Okay, so I want to do a standing figure 4 stretch. Okay, so the thing that likes to happen, just like you might have noticed it in the lunge, is that when we do a single leg something, the body tends to compensate, right, to shift. So just stand for a moment, and I want you to feel like you're gathering, right? You're gathering fuel, energy, right, from the ground to your feet. And I want you to feel how you can get taller, create more space in your body. Everything starts to activate to support it. It's not locking. That's not what we're doing. We're expanding from within. But in order to do that, we need to feel centered, right? Now I'm going to bring my feet closer together. Okay, and when we go into the figure 4, so I'm going to take my this leg first, and what will want to happen is a shift, right? So I'm going to really try to keep myself centered. So I'm just taking this leg. I probably, if you're mirroring me, it's your left. Okay, so but one leg is forward, one leg is back. Both are bent, and notice if you feel a shift. Can you hug in toward the midline? If it's appropriate for your hip, okay, we're going into external rotation and we're lifting the leg off the ground, all right? So can you still feel, right, that lean, and can you adjust it so you're more into the center? Then explore, so the hips go back as the standing knee bends more. And again, you might feel the sensitivity even in your standing foot. Okay, can you equal out across your heel, across the ball of your foot? Lengthen through your spine. Do you even care at this point? Can you pretend you're holding onto that strap around your sides and grow taller? Just another breath or so here. Your neck should feel at ease. The breath is at ease. And then again, not desperately, but mindfully, we're exiting the position. You could shake it out. You can pause for a moment in a forward fold. Just check in. Whatever feels good to you. I want to be here just a breath or so. Every time we pause and scan the body and explore, I think of that as the beginning of Shavasana, okay, without falling asleep. If you were here at the beginning, I just shared my dream/nightmare/dream about teaching and falling asleep in Shavasana. So it was last night of all time. All right, so thankfully that's never happened to me. But we're gonna do second side, okay? So we're not locking the legs, we're keeping ourselves nice and easy throughout the body. I'm gonna take one leg forward, right? 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And notice, can you feel it? So what tends to happen is sort of we dump the hip, right, back into the side and collapse a little bit. So can we hug in toward the midline and ignite? And then when, right, it's appropriate, we're going into that external rotation, but we have supported space in the hips, the knees, the ankles, the spine. Already wearing that strap, okay? And then I'm going back and I'm trying to minimize any shift. Breathe. Lifted, open heart, broad through the collarbones, ease around your neck. Breathe. You're not cheating if you're holding on to something. It's not cheating. What I want you to do though is rather than thinking that you're relying on that support, I want you to think about referencing the support. Call upon things in your body, even if your hand never leaves whatever you're holding on to. Okay, another breath. And then carefully release, shake it out. Let's come into a forward fold again. You're always welcome to do down dog or a vinyasa if that's part of your practice. Breathe. When you're ready, if you're ready, fold forward. Several breaths, so explore your practice, what speaks to you. Another breath. Without any hurry, in a mindful way, we'll ultimately meet again in standing. Check in with your neck, your shoulders. I'd like to do, okay, so now I am going to be picking up my strap, and I'm going to show you how you could totally do this without a strap. So we're going to be doing some standing, and I'm just already imagining that I'm going to feel all kinds of wobbles, okay? So have what you need around you so that you don't feel overly concerned about that. Okay, but we're going to be taking, just like we started, okay, but we're going to pause at each angle. Your knee could be bent, and you could hold on to it, okay, your thigh, or we're going to use the strap here. Remember, though, we're referencing the strap. We're not relying on it, okay, or your towel or whatever it is you're deciding to use. And as we do all this, we're not tensing up, right, in the neck and shoulders. So even though the strap is going down, we're going to still remember its benefit, right, to us here. Okay, doesn't matter which leg you choose. What I'm trying to look down, I'm looking down and I'm telling my standing foot to not collapse. Okay, so I want to feel like I'm pulling that energy up, and then I'm going to go this way. I'm just not showing the sole of my foot the whole time. Okay, so I want to make sure my standing leg is not locking. Okay, I want to pull energy up in toward the midline. You can bend and extend just to see what feels best to your whole body. We're going to cross the midline. Center. And maybe out to the side. Okay. And then center. Again, just explore. Yes, we're improving balance, but this is also just awesome for the hips. One more time each way. I'm still trying to stand in a way that's as centered as possible. Getting back. Now, before I lose this strap, I want to think about referencing the strap, maybe holding the leg at this height, maybe, okay, without clenching. And then I'm going to remove the strap, woo, and then slowly let the leg descend in between sides. You know, most of you know I don't go right into side two, okay? So that enhancing self-awareness, quality of our practice, this is our chance. So breathe in. On your exhale, as long as it feels okay to you, forward fold, down dog, vinyasa. Breathe. Any movements that your body is craving. Again, when you're ready, mindfully return, okay, in a way that's best for you to a standing position. Take a moment. Hopefully feeling positive benefits of your efforts, for your efforts. Second side. Okay. So hopefully that sound is not too loud. Okay, so your standing leg is not locked, and yet we're trying to minimize the lean. Okay, then we're taking the other leg, whether it's bent or straight, we're taking it up off the ground. Okay, and then just exploring, whether it's crossing the midline here. And when I'm crossing the midline, and I'll do this over and over, I'm trying to not hike the lifted hip. Okay, and then we're coming center. And I have a lot more flexibility when I go out to the side, whoop, maybe not balance, versus, I'm just gonna hold on to my foot, when I cross the midline. So everybody's different. Okay, I'm gonna go back to center. And then crossing the midline. The good news is we're gonna be doing this laying down here in a minute. And so we won't have any of this, the balancey stuff. Okay, breathe and breathe. Make sure you feel like you're getting the even experience for your body. Again, before you lose the strap, reference it, and then let it go. Feel it. Ooh, and then release the leg. I know. Okay, just forward fold as you're ready, or something else, right, that feels good to you. Breathe and breathe, and then breathe some more. That breath is just this lubricant within the body, like it just releases tension, gives a sense of ease and space and blood flow. In your way, meeting once again. So I want, as we come up, I want to do a standing quad stretch just before we finish with our standing positions. Another breath. So with our standing quad stretch, we want to make sure that it's a good, big feeling, a big stretch, nothing concentrated around any joint, okay? And I'm showing it from behind, and then I'll turn forward, but I want you to see, however you take hold of your foot, whether it's with the strap or with your hand, try not to torque the ankle. Try to keep the ankle and foot as neutral as you can. I'm trying to keep my hips level. Standing leg is not straight, not locked. Still drawing energy from the ground, up and in toward the midline and up. In and up and in and up. Lengthen. Breathe. Make sure your shoulders are okay with this. And carefully release, hopefully feeling, right? Good, different and good, okay? And then other side, okay? So we nothing has to be perfect, and we for sure don't have to start out, right, where we end up, right? So I'm always making these little adjustments. We're finding length from hip to knee, and length from knee to toe, and length from tailbone to crown of head. Another breath. And carefully release. Check in. we're going to come down. I think I want to move my camera just because it's easier for me to see all of you. Okay, so we're going to be shifting, laying down. Whoops, sorry about that. And yet still have the strap. Okay, so, okay, good. You can start out seated, right? Maybe have your blocks, have your strap. It just depends what you have available, okay, to you. When you're ready, laying down and taking your knees side to side. Once we lay down, we're not coming back up to standing until we're done, okay? So life should feel good at this point. All right, then you could hug your knees in and massage your lower back a little bit more if that feels good. I want you to pay attention. Just scan your body, no judgment. How do you feel around your neck and shoulders? Okay, just keep checking in. And then bring carefully, you can bring one leg down at a time, but the knees are bent, feet are on the mat. Turn the underside of your arms, palms face up, maybe slide your shoulder blades down your back. Pretend you're wearing the strap. Can you feel the connection, that appropriate engagement of those muscles that support, right, that help move and support and anchor your shoulder blades, connecting to sensation in your sides and into the core of your body. But your neck movement, other than the mat, may be restricting it if it feels like it's going to pull your hair, okay? But you should feel free at your neck while you feel connected to the strength, this empowered energy between your shoulders and hips. Okay, so when we explore, okay, I keep checking the time because I'm so good at running over, okay, and I'm not going to, but anyway, when we do that stretch that we did standing, we want to make sure we're not going to grip, right? Let's not undo all the progress and positive things that we've helped our body just because we're coming into a different focus stretch. So with or without a strap, okay, you're going to pick one leg. I'm picking my outside leg, otherwise I'm going to run into my wall. The other leg, you could keep the knee bent, foot on the mat, or straighten. Okay, so it's totally your call. Still, I want to feel that I'm elongating and creating space between the ribs and the hip. You can hold on with the strap or with your hands. But what I'm thinking about, rather than bringing my toe to my toes to my forehead, I'm really thinking reaching through my heel, creating space and length between my foot and my hip joint. Okay, and then you can go out to the side, center, and across the midline at your pace, your depth. And just like the way we started class, pause where it feels like you're getting what you need to get out of the position. Okay, and everybody's different. Breathe and breathe. And think, again, over and over, think length, space, reach, elongation. I love that word. Okay, breathe and breathe. And connect the space that you're achieving in your leg to enhancing the space in your spine. Another breath or so, wherever you are. When you're ready, come back to your center. Pause for a moment. Legs side, just reaching, right? And but then relax them and just feel, I hope, the sense of ease in the leg that we've done stuff with, and how the other leg may be feeling jealous, right? It's eager to do the same movements. But scan not just your lower half, but scan your upper half. And can you feel that even against, like, you weren't even thinking to do it? Did your shoulders creep up? Don't judge, all right? Just allow them to relax. I don't know of any habit, at least for me, that would break because I'm shaming myself into it, okay? So I'm much more motivated by positive reinforcement and encouragement, okay? So do for you what is best and what you need to feel successful. Okay. I'm just going to turn just because I'll run into my wall if I don't. So picking your other leg, okay, up. And then again, being mindful, okay, neck and shoulders, the sides. And this can be more of a moving exploration or a pause, just like we did when we were standing. We've done it a few different ways today, right? We've really done this shape on all four. We've done it standing at the beginning with our warm-up, on all fours, in a balance. Wherever you're choosing to be, give a moment of attention to the leg that's staying grounded, whether it's bent or straight, but can you find, so if we were standing up, that would be the leg we'd be balancing on. So keep it aware and awake. Release any tension in your neck and shoulders. Think length with that leg, the lifted leg. Because my foot, like at this point, I'm crossing my midline and using my foot's connection to the wall to feel as though I'm trying to reach and push my foot into the wall and drag the wall down. Like it's like I'm using it, I'm referencing it. Okay. Another breath. And then carefully release. Again, allow the little mini Shavasana exploration. Check in with any reactions within the body. So we're going to do, so we did this kneeling, we did camel pose, okay, type of variations and such. We're going to do bridge, but I'm going to add a component just in case you have the prop, the strap. So I have my feet so that the heels are below my knees. I'm going to take the strap in the front of my ankles, okay? Now, if you can easily hold on to the front of your ankles, you could totally do that. Make sure whatever you're doing, it's not compromising any other part of your body. I just say that over and over because it's just, I promise it's not worth it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this feeling before I come up into the back bend, I want to feel that experience of engaging the back, the sides, the center. The neck is free. I'm going to look up, okay? Breathe in, engage your inner thighs, your glute, those strong quads, those glutes, the abdominals. I'm making adjustments with my shoulder blades, but I'm giving that feeling like I'm like the knees, the center of the knees are reaching away from the hips, okay? And I'm pulling on the strap without, like this feels good. I mean, the truth is that I think I would rather just hold on to the front of my ankles, but my inner thighs, the thighs are parallel to each other. The inner thighs are engaged. The center of the knees are reaching. Breathe and breathe. Because if we were doing this kneeling, we'd want to feel even, right? Across the knees. Space in that low back. Breathe and breathe. Reference the strap around your backside center, right? That feeling from the beginning of class, last effort. Release the strap or release your ankles. Carefully come down. And again, now we have hopefully that feeling of just absolute wonderful elongation in the spine. And so when you take your knees side to side, hopefully you get even more out of it. Okay, good. Okay, so I always, when I'm teaching classes in the studio, I always warn everybody that I get my right and left and, It doesn't matter how many years I've been teaching, okay? So I'm just warning you, but hopefully we can keep it all straight. I never want, like, I'm always trying to just give you an enhanced experience, okay? But if all the details of this next position start to aggravate you, please don't take all the options, okay? We don't need that, all right? So knees are bent. I'm gonna lift my hips, shift into the left, lower my hips and seat. Straightening the right leg, okay, just reaching it. I'm gonna take my left knee, okay, up and across the midline. But what the point of that little shift in the beginning is to feel like your hips are in line with your shoulders, okay? So single leg spinal twist, right? Stay here. Or I'm gonna turn so you can see what I'm doing, okay, just in case you need it. You might add a quad stretch. So my top leg, same leg, right? Still crossing the midline, but now instead of that bottom leg being extended, I'm bending it. And I've got this spinal twist and a quad stretch for the bottom leg. Hopefully it feels good, right? That's the only point of doing this. Breathe in, breathe. And then carefully undo, come back to your center, and take just a pause in between sides. So none of that should feel like it pulled your shoulders up by your ears, anything like that, because everything we're doing is meant to enhance our self-awareness and reinforce the very best posture that we can have in our day-to-day life, okay? All right, so knees are bent again, feet on the ground. I'm gonna lift my hips up, shift to the right. I'm like praying. Straighten your left leg, right knee now, okay, crosses the midline. Stay with this, breathe. Both my shoulder blades are relaxed on the ground, okay? So whatever you're doing here should just feel good, okay? Then it's the bottom leg if you're doing this option. I don't want to torque at my ankle. Breathe in, breathe. Heart is still lifted and broad, and you feel a connection as you're exhaling and inhaling to your center and the center line from tailbone to crown of the head. Last effort. As you unwind carefully for you, right? Mindful, hugging the knees in again. I want you to take any final movements, right, that your body is seeking. You're not stuck. Okay, so if you want to, like, not, if you don't want to end on your back, you're not stuck there. So really take a moment, and also, even though, and maybe, we're in a hopefully warmer season for wherever you are, the body temperature still really drops as we head into Shavasana. So I want you to have nearby whatever you need, because you want to take care of your physical needs before you go into Shavasana so that you're not distracted by them while you're in it. Sometimes for many of us, Shavasana can be the hardest yoga pose because it can be hard to let go. I am totally one of those people. And it's much easier for me now, but I've had practice since 1999. So it took me some years to embrace and welcome the experience of Shavasana. If it's your favorite pose, then yay, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to ease you into it. You're going to be in your physical position. And then I just want you to take a deep breath. And know that that's just the first layer of letting go. And then the layers continue to move inward. So we go from the most external to within. You want to allow the feeling that, so if you're on your back, the ground is supporting you, right? From your head to your toes. And in whatever position you're in, just really feel that you are supported. You can let go. There's no work. You have these moments to simply be and receive and integrate all of the benefits of your practice. Allow the slowing down. Allow the pauses between the exhale and inhale, between the inhale and exhale. As your bones and your muscles release, give a gentle scan wherever you tend to store tension and allow that part of you, maybe neck, shoulders, wherever it is, to receive more breath, to receive more ease, more light. Allow that continual softening. Remain here. Be here, allow it. Only when you feel ready, and it doesn't have to be while my voice is saying anything. Okay, let this time be. Know that this aspect of you is as true as any other. That you have this sense of ease available to you, this sense of openness and lightness, surrender, trust, that all is well within you. Know that I am so, so very grateful for you to be here in this moment. I'm sending you all kinds of gratitude and love. Namaste.